styles it downfield and hits it deep. Kolazar will let it hit in the end zone, and it'll be a touchback. Michigan will start at the 20-yard line. Right, the Michigan Football Network. Horn gets the start at fullback today in front of Tony Bowles. Tight end Jeff Brown on the left. Handoff Bowles, bouncing it outside left with running room. Up over the 25, breaks a tackle there, and fights up to the 31-yard line before Warren Beelan, the inside linebacker, could make the hit. On the nose, Marvin Mitchell, the other tackle. It's kind of a big defensive line. Handoff goes straight up the middle to the fullback. That's Horn, and Horn fights his way up to the 35-yard line. He got about 4. Best player on defense, Ernie Pernsley, at the free safety spot. 2nd and 6, Michigan. Handoff on a delay. Bowles up the middle, spins away from one tackler and out over the 40 to the 42-yard line. They'll mark him up at the 43, give him 8 on the play. Repping it, Dingman still in the lineup, and John Vitale at center. Handoff, Bowles going right, runs into some traffic, and is going to be hauled down by Brad Benson, the strong safety, at the 44. He got about a yard. 2nd and 9, Michigan at the 44, and Michael Taylor's back to throw, firing left sideline over the head of Chris Callaway, incomplete. They're called the Smith brothers. 3rd and 9. Kolazar enters a third wide out. Taylor back to throw down the middle. Jeff Brown, the tight end, wide open. 40, 35, all the way down to the Wake Forest 28-yard line before James Dubose could make the tackle. Michigan comes up with the big play for 28 yards on 3rd and 9. Fullback in front of Bowles. Little delay. Bowles on the left side gets a good block from Horn and gets it down to about the 25-yard line for a pickup of 3. James Dubose on the tackle. Now, Warren, we'll get back at you later. Walker in at tight end now, and here's an option look and a handoff going to Horn on the left side, and Mike Smith, the nose man, was right there to make the play. Horn falls forward for a yard to the 24. It'll be 3rd down and 6. McMurtry wide right, Kolazar in a slot that way. Taylor drops to throw, looking down the middle, now lofts it up left side. Derek Walker breaking open, the pass overthrown at the goal line.
Mistake on Michael Taylor's part of recognizing who was the man to go to in that situation.
7 on the season on field goal attempts. Tries a 40-yarder out of the hole to Solomon. The kick on the way. It's long enough, but it's hooking. And it is no good. He missed it from 40 yards away. And so with 11:15 remaining here in the first quarter, the game remains scoreless, and Wake Forest will take over on its own 24-yard line after Mike Gillette misses the field goal. Warren, close at all?
No, not even close. It didn't even hook that much, Frank, to tell you the truth. It was about, I would say, I'm standing where the ball went, and I would say it's about 7, 8, 10 yards to the left of the upright. It certainly had the distance, but not the angle. But although he was close to being right in the middle of the field for that kick.
Didn't look like it went on end over end. Well, it's a first down for Wake Forest. Mike Elkins at quarterback. I formation behind him. He tosses to the tailback. Mark Young going around the right side, and he breaks a tackle by Trip Wellborn at the 26 and runs out of bounds at the 29-yard line for the eye on 2nd down and 5. And here's the fake to Rogers. Option right, and Elkins going to keep it around the corner. A late toss up the sideline to Prohl, the wingback, trailing on the play, and he's up to the 40-yard line before Beta Murray forced him out of bounds. Brown right, and back to throw as Elkins on a slant. Prohl got it over the midfield. He beat David Arnold on that slant pattern, and he's finally hauled down at the Michigan 41-yard line by Beta Murray and by Arnold. And Wake Forest moving the ball quickly upfield. That one good for 19 yards. In motion right now, Corey Donald in as a wide receiver. Quick toss on the option right goes to Mark Young, and he's going to be smothered at the 40-yard line by a whole batch of Wolverines led by Bobby Abrams, John Milligan in there, and Vincent Bax. And here's Elkins quickly throwing left side, and it's caught by Prohl. A necktie tackle attempt by Arnold. He just brushed him and knocked him down at the 34. At the other, Osmond, Messner, and Herman up front, some movement in the line, and Elkins drops to throw, getting some heat, steps up in the pocket, delivers off the hands of his tight end Pennington, and intercepted by Trip Wellborn on the 10-yard line. And so Michigan gets it back as Mike Elkins threw the ball a little too high for his tight end Carl Pennington, and Trip Wellborn, playing center fielder back there, was Johnny on the spot to grab it for the Wolverines. Now he throws one early here. Michigan starting deep on its own 10. Handoff, Bowles coming right. He cuts back into traffic, trying to fight off a block by Jeff Brown. And 9 minutes remaining in the first quarter. No score between Michigan and Wake Forest.
Shifty. He's a skater.
Here's Bowles again, coming off the right side, cuts back to the middle and breaks a tackle with a high step move out over the 30. hit by Benson at the 32, as well as Mike Hooten and Ernie Pernsley, and hauled down at the 33. He got 8 more yards when it didn't look like he was moving.
But he's still very effective.
He has 46 yards in 7 carries already. Here's a fake to Bowles. Taylor back to throw. Going deep on the post corner. Callaway breaks open. Makes the catch inside the 40-yard line. And A.J. Green, the best cornerback Wake Forest has, fooled on that one, knocks Callaway out of bounds at the Wake Forest 36, a pickup of 31 yards. He's out of the lineup now. Kolazar in slot right. Handoff, though, goes to Bowles, coming right side. He is hit at the line by Marvin Mitchell, and then Mike Hooten split right. Kolazar left. Here's the option look, and after a fake to Horn, Taylor's going to keep it, and he's tackled on the 40. He coughed up the ball, but it was after the tackle by Kelly Vaughn for a loss of some 4 yards. They mark his progress stopped on the 39. Split left. Horn the only setback. Walker at tight end, and here's Taylor to throw on 3rd and 13. Near sideline. Delivers it to Callaway. He's got it. Tries to tap dance upfield, but steps out of bounds on the 31. 4th down with some 5 yards to go. Michigan sends out the field goal unit. Michigan's all-time leading field goal kicker. Here's a smattering of boos.
The boos might also be that the fans would like to see Michigan go for it on 4th and 5.
A 48-yard field goal attempt by Mike Gillette. Dave Wiles snaps it. Solomon puts it down. Here's the kick. This one he hit well. Long enough, but wide to the right end. No good. Mike Gillette missed another one. This one from 48 yards out. And so with 5:52 remaining in the first quarter, the game remains scoreless between Michigan and Wake Forest as we pause for these words on the Michigan Football Network's game. And Messner also up front. I formation in the backfield. Tony Rogers at tailback, and Elkins off a fake to him. Drops to throw, fires too high for Ricky Prohl, and too high as well for David Key, the short side corner. And Prohl split right. And here's Elkins rolling right to throw. Michigan bought the fake. Milligan blitzing. The pass down the middle, tipped in the air by Veda Murray and knocked away from the tight end David Jarvis. Incomplete. 3rd down and 10 coming up. Wake Forest 3rd down, 10 to go from its own 32. And off a play action fake, Elkins back to throw. Screen left, overthrown again. Intended for Mark Young, the tailback. And Elkins has been high and wide with his last 3 passes. And Kolazar deep for Michigan. Here's the snap, no pressure. Bailey hangs one high and really busts it. And Kolazar is going back, fields it over his shoulder on the 11. He's got running room on the return to the 20, cuts to his right, had a block for a moment from Wellborn, and then is smothered as he got to the 21-yard line. Lines up with both wideouts left, Callaway and McMurtry. It's a running play. The handoff fullback Horn gets a block on the left side, fights his way up to the 29-yard line on a little slant off tackle. Horn was chopped down by the first hit by Ernie Pernsley. He had a lot of running room. He winds up with 8 yards. 2 to go. Michigan goes with 2 tight ends. Walker on the left, Brown on the right. One wide out, Kolazar. Here is a fake to Bowles, and Taylor's going to heave it deep to Kolazar, way overthrown down the middle of the field. He was double covered. A.J. Green was back there on the play, along with the other cornerback, Tony Mosley. Gooms is the 3rd back in the lineup. 2 tight ends, Walker left, Brown right. Here's the option right. Taylor fakes it and then tries to go back against the grain and is stopped right at the 29 for no gain. A.J. Green back for Mike Gillette's first punt, and they're rushing him, but Gillette gets it away, and he hangs it high. Green calling for a fair catch, circles to his right, grabs the ball on the 24-yard line. Forest starts back on its 24, 3:52 left in this first quarter. Nation behind Brian Johnson, gets the handoff right up the middle with a burst to the 30, the 35, and out to the 36 before Wellborn and Murray, the 2 safeties, could stop him. Up front with Messner and Herman now. Alex Marshall and Abrams, the outside backers, and the handoff out of the option look goes to Tony Rogers, the tailback. And he spins forward up to the 38 or 39. Split wide to the left, Prohl in the slot. Messner jumped offside. Elkins off a fake, back to throw, no flag down. Swing pass left side, caught by the tailback Young. He's wrapped up at the 43 by J.J. Grant. That'll be a pickup of about 4 and set up 3rd down and 3. Now, Messner was offside, Jim. There was no flag thrown.
No, his right hand, he jumped and then stopped. But that right hand, there's no question, was in the neutral zone, and yet no flag was thrown.
3 out of his 7 passing attempts. He had missed some 4 in a row. Here's Elkins on the option left, going to keep it, cut it upfield, and he's got a first down out to the 48-yard line before he put a shoulder into David Arnold.
Play to defend.
First down, Wake Forest. The handoff to the tailback, and Rogers is hit in the backfield and hauled down for a loss. That offensive line of Tony Mayberry, Jay Deaver, Joe Ken, Robbie Lingerfeld and Rod Ferguson couldn't keep the Wolverines out. J.J. Grant was blitzing. Messner was in there as well.
And they had that.
Steve Brown checks out of the lineup for Wake Forest. He's replaced by Stanford Moser. And here's a pass to Moser on the right side. He's got it. He's hit. Fumbles the football. Michigan recovers. And now they say it was an incomplete pass. Here in the first quarter at Ann Arbor, no score between Michigan and Wake Forest. The Demon Deacons facing 3rd and 12 from their own 46-yard line. So the officials will talk it over. While they do that, let's get a quick check on our update game. Iowa and Iowa State with Rich Kincaid in the slot. And they send the one tailback in motion right. That's Mark Young. Here's Elkins rolling that way to throw, getting some heat from J.J. Grant. Fires into traffic, incomplete. Almost grabbed inside the 40-yard line by Prohl. There is also a flag down. 4th down and 12 coming up. I'm pretty sure Michigan will have them punted away. Of course, the way Elkins is throwing it into traffic right now, Jim, you might want to give him a chance to throw one more time. Martin Bailey, who boomed a 58-yarder his last punt, will kick it to Kolesar. He's only 13 yards off the line. Michigan not rushing, though, and Bailey kicks it away. High and short. Kolesar comes up, grabs it on the 17, goes to his left. They're trying to set up a wall for him. He's over the 20, 25, and then he is bumped out of bounds over on the far side of the field. Bailey kicked it only 37 yards, and Kolesar brought it back 10 once again. Deep a couple of times against Wake Forest. They gave up a couple of bombs last week of 63 and 70 yards. Callaway and McMurtry split right, and the handoff Tony Bowles coming up the middle, tries to go back against the grain, hemmed in by Kelly Vaughn, and he runs into the arms of Rodney Hogue at the 30. He got 4 down linemen. Here's a draw play out of 3 wide receivers. They hand off to Horn, the fullback, going left, and he gets it up to the 33-yard line. Keller brings up the end of the first quarter. With the score, Michigan nothing, Wake Forest nothing. We pause for these words on the Michigan. Down the fullback Johnson trying to block and made the tackle as well at the line of scrimmage. 10-meter hurdles to the left. Elkins back to throw. Standing in, fires left side, and it is caught by the tailback Rogers, despite some good coverage out there by David Key for 40. Split to the right now, and here's Elkins back to throw. He's going to swing it out to the tailback Young. He's got it on the fly out over the 40, and Wellborn spins him out of bounds at the 42. It looks like it'll be just short of a first down. And threw it to him. Handoff straight up the middle. The fullback, Brian Johnson, he fights forward behind Tony Mayberry, the 265-pound center, and gets a first down to the 44.
That offense up.
And here's Elkins faking it to his tailback, swinging it out left side on the run, caught by the fullback Johnson. He is chopped down by J.J. Grant and by Bobby Abrams out there around midfield. He'll get a gain of about 5 on the play. 3rd down and 5. The backs are in the eye. Bob Needballa now in at fullback, and the handoff comes straight up the middle with flags down to Mark Young, and he will not get the first down. Backs in the eye. Needballa running in front of Tony Rogers. Fake to Rogers. Option left. And the toss goes back to the trailing wingback, and that is Prohl. And he juggled it and was lucky to hold on as he's bumped out of bounds at the 45 by David Key. Right, Brown to the left. Backs in the pro set, and here's a draw play. Handoff to the fullback. Needballa coming off left tackle to the 40. Elkins calls the signals. Back spread wide. Drops to throw. Getting a blitz from Wellborn, delivers it left side, and it is caught by the tailback Young. He breaks a tackle on the sideline, but they really stepped out of bounds at the 28. It's on the Michigan 28, 1st down and 10. Elkins straight back to throw, has time, fires over the middle. It is caught by his tight end Pennington down at the 22. Tackled immediately there. Check it, that's Jarvis now in at tight end. In at tight end, Brian Johnson back in at fullback. The handoff up the middle out of the option look to Rogers, the tailback. And he's hauled down by Messner right at the line. He fell forward for a yard, but it will be 3rd down and 3 to go for Marco Pickett, the split end to the right as well. Donald in the slot, 3rd and 3, handoff Rogers. He's hit at the line. He got to the 20. That's about it. Hoyle to kick it. Tony Watt to snap it. The ball is placed down. The kick is on its way, certainly high enough from 36 yards, and it is good. And with 8:53 remaining in the first half, Wake Forest has gone on top of Michigan by a score of 3-0. As we pause for these words on the Michigan Football Network. Kolesar deep along with Tony Bowles. And the kick is a squibber. Bounces a couple times at the 20. Picked up by one of the upbacks at the 20-yard line and returned out over the 30 to the 32 or 33. Taylor brings him to the line. He splits McMurtry wide to the left. Callaway in a slot. Got the I formation behind him. Tony Bowles and Chris Horn. And the handoff goes to Bowles. He bounces it outside to the left, trying to turn the corner at the line of scrimmage. Cannot. And is ridden out of bounds up around the 33 or 34. More out of Clifton Forge, Virginia. Back split wide, second down, 8 to go. Handoff Bowles sweeping the right with 3 blockers. Cuts upfield to the 40, breaks a couple of tackles, and then is hauled down by the ankle as he fights to midfield. And it was Dwayne Brown who saved the day for the Demon Deacons, because there was some running room for Bowles, who winds up with 16 yards.
Here's the tight end side tackle.
Well, that's true. An unbalanced line again, and it's Bowles running to that side. He's got room to the 45, running out of the hands of one tackler to the 40, and he's finally hauled down at the 35 by A.J. Green and Tony Mosley after a pickup of 15 more yards. Line's unbalanced, and they run it that way again with Bowles, and this time he's hit from behind by Kelly Vaughn, coming off of the backside with the tight end Brown on the left, and the handoff Bowles running that way, cutting upfield behind a block from Horn to the 30. Oh, he nearly broke loose. Tony Mosley got him down at the 24, but that'll be a gain of 9 and a first down for Tony Bowles. Bowles over 300 yards rushing on the season now, coming in motion left. Horn the only setback, gets the call up the middle, chopped down at the line by Mike Hooten. Out in 7, Michigan trailing 3-0 down on the Wake Forest 21. And here's Taylor on a misdirection play, handing to Bowles going left. He sets up a block by Doring, and then cuts upfield, and Warren Beelan hits him, but not until Tony got it down to the 15. All right, Warren, thank you. They go to the wishbone with 2 tight ends. Horn, Tracy Williams, and Bowles in there. The handoff, Bowles running left, trying to go outside, and he's hauled down by Mosley right at the 15. So here we go, 4th down and 1 from the Wake Forest 15. Michigan still in the wishbone. Bowles and Williams the halfbacks. Horn the fullback. Taylor asks the crowd to quiet and sneaks it behind Vitale up the middle. And it's going to be very close. We'll have to wait till everybody unpiles to see if Michael Taylor got the first down. In just 1 out of 6 in third downs, but converts the 4th down. And with 4:44 remaining in the half, the Wolverines keep the football out that way. Backs in the eye, Horn and Bowles, and here's the handoff to Tony, deep at tailback, coming up the middle, puts a move on hold, breaks a tackle at the 10, the 5, touchdown! Tony Bowles, 14 yards right up the middle. What a great move he made in the middle of the line, around inside linebacker Rodney Hogue, and Tony Bowles puts Michigan on top with that touchdown run, his first as a Michigan Wolverine.
There's a situation where Bowles looks, he looks deceptive in what he can do, because it looked like he was running in place there for just a couple of seconds, but all of a sudden 2 people actually miss, and then he comes busting out of there with nobody in his way and gets into the end zone.
And Bowles goes over the 100-yard mark. He's got 114 yards in 14 carries. Check that, 17 carries. Gillette's extra point attempt is up and good. 4:22 left here in the first half. Michigan 7, Wake Forest 3, and we pause for these words on the Michigan Football Network. 7-3 with 4:22 left in the first half. Mike Gillette kicks it off. Hangs it high to the far side of the field. Ricky Prohl comes up, grabs it on the 7, up the left sideline to the 15, and he's bumped out of bounds by Wellborn up at the 20-yard line. 1st and 10 on the Wake Forest 20. The Demon Deacons on the left hash mark split both wideouts to the short side of the field. Now the wingback Prohl in motion right, and he cuts upfield a little early. Handoff goes to Tony Rogers, the tailback, going against the grain to his left, hit by Abrams. I formation behind Elkins, who gives straight up the middle, and the tailback Rogers bounces it outside to his left, gets away from Marshall, and then is really drilled by David Key and knocked out of bounds at the 22. But again, a missed tackle, Jim. Split to the left, wide to the right Prohl. The backs are Johnson and Young now. And Elkins straight back to throw on 2nd and 8. Has time, gets late pressure, dumps it over the middle. It's caught by Young. He is spun to the ground immediately by Milligan at the 27. 3rd down and 3 coming up. That's Marshall right over the tight end, David Jarvis. Backs are Needballa and Young on 3rd and 3. Elkins is going to throw, looking right. Fires, and a good catch by Ricky Prohl, diving to his left behind him. Has it at the 37 in front of Dave Arnold, and that's a first down. 4 last year. He has caught 5 or more passes last year anyways in 8 games. 10 out of 16 for 83 yards for Elkins. He gives up the middle, and the tailback Tony Rogers has running room. 30 remaining in the half. Rogers, the tailback, in motion left, and here's Elkins to throw, and he heaves it left sideline up for grabs. Intercepted by Wellborn, back on the 27. He runs it back to the 30, the 31, and he is hauled down there by the running back, Tony Rogers. Wellborn with his second interception, and Elkins just threw it up for grabs. 24 to go before the intermission. The tight end, Brown, on the right. I formation, handoff to Bowles. The hole opens in the middle, and Tony's got 5 up to the 37. In fact, give him 6.
We blew him down.
Second down, a long 4 to go. Backs are split wide. Leroy Hord's in at fullback now. Power left in the backfield. Here's a fake to Horde. Taylor spinning out to his left to throw. Pumps once. He's going to take off and run, though. He's nipped by the heels and tumbles forward over the 40 out to about the 41. It looks like he's going to be just short of a first down. Comes into the line, and he's got Horde and Bowles in the eye. McMurtry split left. Callaway right, and Taylor's going to sneak it forward, and he's got the first down. 32 remaining in the half. And at the 43, Bowles in motion to the left, and Taylor goes straight back to throw. He's looking right. He fires on a curl. Callaway's got it at the 42. Tries to spin upfield. Cannot. He is hauled down by Green right there. Another first down, though, for the Wolverines. A gain of 15. And lines up quickly, trying to add to a 7-3 lead. Draw play. Leroy Horde right side. Fights through the line. Breaks a tackle behind Skrepenik down to the 30. Still fighting for yardage, and is finally hauled down by Dwayne Brown, the backup free safety, at the 29. 7-3. Ball on the right hash, and Taylor gives on a draw to Bowles. He cuts to his left, got open field, 25. Gets a good downfield block, 20, 15, 10, 5. Touchdown, Tony Bowles!
The block from Callaway got him in the end zone. Great block by Chris Callaway from his wide receiver spot, and that was what sprung him to the outside to get him in.
29 yards for Tony Bowles, who now has 2 touchdowns in his Michigan career, and who now has 149 yards in 19 carries in the first half. 13-3 Michigan, 54 seconds left before the intermission. Mike Gillette will attempt the extra point. This keeps up. We're going to have to get the record book out and find out how much he's got to go to catch Ron Johnson for the all-time single-game record. Gillette's PAT attempt is good. Michigan 14, Wake Forest 3. We pause for these words now on the Michigan Football Network. 54 seconds left in the half. Gillette to kick it away. Hangs it high to the near side. Ricky Prohl races over, grabs it on the 6. Heads upfield behind the wedge to the 15. And then into a pile of players at the 20. And down he goes on the 21 or 22-yard line in the arms of Chris Bone. Yards in 6 plays, and they used up only 1:30 on the clock.
Pain of Michigan Stadium.
Tony's having quite a first half, though. Elkins back to throw on first down. Backside pressure. He delivers the ball just as he is being hit and completes it to his tight end, Carl Pennington. Wake Forest on offense, and Elkins backfires quickly left side. Prohl's got it at the 30. Good reaction over there by Arnold. He spins him down there short of a first down. And 1-2 Wake Forest on its own 30. Handoff Tony Rogers. He tries to right side. He runs into Grant and fights forward to get the first down to the 33 with 13 seconds left in the half. We'll take the opportunity to tell you it's 14-3 Michigan as we pause for these words on the Michigan Football Network.
The pros have shopped for over 20 years, located 1/2 mile east of US 23.
World and local news at the top of the hour on AM 1050 WPZA.
Here at Michigan Stadium, the Wolverines starting very slowly today, spotting Wake Forest a 3-0 lead early in the second quarter, and then coming back with 2 Tony Bowles touchdown runs of 14 and 29 yards to grab a 14-3 lead at the intermission. Bill Steggett standing by to host our halftime show, and he'll join you when we return after these words on the Michigan
number 1 goalkeeper, and we think he'll do a bang-up job. Red, how about the hockey programs around the state in high school and pre-high school? Are you able to use, are some of those players now coming into the college system?
Well,
At 14-3, he'll be kicking from the south end to the north. Ricky Prohl is in the deep spot for Wake Forest. And here's the boot. Prohl shielding his eyes from the sun, grabs it on the 4. Up the right hash he comes behind the wedge to the 15 to the 20-yard line, and that is all. He is hauled down there by Chris Horn. Michigan, by the way, averaged 6 yards per carry in the first half, more than double what they've been averaging in the first 2 games. High formation in the backfield, and we've got some movement up front. The ball wasn't snapped. And
to be nothing wrong with him at all physically.
1st and 15 for the Demon Deacons from their own 16, and they hand the ball to the tailback, Tony Rogers, off the left side. So they have not turned it over from scrimmage yet. 2nd down, 14. Wake Forest on the 17. Elkins straight back to throw, firing quickly right sideline. Oh, was almost picked off as David Arnold cut in front of Ricky Prohl. Good thing the ball was badly thrown and overthrown that time, or Arnold had 6 points the other way. 3rd down, 14 from the 17-yard line. Abrams out at linebacker. Hasselin is a 5th defensive back. And Elkins straight back to throw. Messner bringing pressure up the middle. He dumps it to his tight end Jarvis. Got it over the 20. Double team, triple team, quadruple, and quintuple teamed. And down he goes at the 22. And Wake Forest will be forced to punt. Colazar deep. Here's the snap. Bailey will kick it. No pressure. End over end kick. Colazar grabs it on his 36. It goes right through his hands to the turf. He picks it up. Running to his right, trying to set up some blocks, flags thrown. He runs into his own man. Now he's all the way back to the 25, reversing his field to the left, turns up the sideline at the 30, dives forward at the 35, and goes down right there. Bulls power left in the backfield, both wideouts, McMurtry and Callaway split left. Tight end Jeff Brown on the right, and they run that way. Tony Bowles going around the right side. DuBose, the linebacker, got a hand on him, sort of spun him, and Tony falls forward for about 3 to the 21. Dwayne Brown is at free safety replacing him. 2nd and 7. Michigan working out of the eye, and Taylor fakes to Bowles, drops to throw, runs quarterback draw up the middle, up to the 25, and he spins forward to the 27 or 28. Kelly Vaughn is the one who hit him first. That's going to be a 1st down for Michigan. We're late for this. 15-3. Here's the handoff to Horde, the fullback, coming up the middle, and he takes a quick step to his right, eluding one tackler, runs into Mike Hooten, the defensive end, but not until he got to the 34 for 5 yards. Until the final week of preseason drills, he was the starting tailback. Handoff to Bowles, and Tony comes up the middle and dives forward, close to a 1st down. And Callaway split to the left. 1st down on the 39. Tight end Brown to the right. The ball in the center of the field, and the handoff straight up the middle to Leroy Horde. Over the top, he tumbles out to the 42. Down 7 to go. Ball on the Michigan 42. Taylor with his backs in the eye. Horde and Bowles gives out a little delay. Bowles coming up the middle. High steps it over one man. And then a good solid tackle by the cornerback Tony Mosley, who had help from Marvin Mitchell up at the 47. Williams and Bowles in there. Bowles gets the handoff running left, and Kelly Vaughn got him in the backfield and hauls him down with help from Mike Hooten for a 1-yard loss on the 47. Michigan will be forced to punt. Watch out for A.J. Green on the right corner. He's blocked 9 kicks in his career. Michigan blocks him well, and Gillette kicks it away. Hangs it high toward the near sideline. Prohl is going to watch it hit, and it's going to sail out of bounds inside the 10-yard line at the 4. Great kick by Mike Gillette. That one is good for some 49 yards into the coffin corner. And with 9:22 left here in the 3rd quarter, the Demon Deacons are pinned. Deacon splits wide to the left. The wingback Ricky Prohl also that way. High formation in the backfield. Need Bala running in front of Rogers. Misdirection play. Rogers coming right. David Key comes up to force the play and hauls him down at the 8.
Finally caught, brought down by the quarterback, Dave Snell.
4 plays later, it was Missouri scoring. They lead Indiana 7-0 in the first, Frank.
All right, here a handoff to Tony Rogers, and he's hit in the backfield by Mark Messner at the 5-yard line for a loss of 3 on the play.
Behind the line of scrimmage.
And so it's 3rd down and 10. And here is the option look, the handoff to Rogers up the middle, and Messner and Milligan are there to spin him down at the 8-yard line. That Michigan defense has held Wake Forest without a 1st down on its first 2 possessions in the 3rd quarter. And here's the snap. Michigan just peels back, and they'll set up a return. It's a short end-over-end kick. Hits at midfield. Colazar watches it bounce, and it sort of bounces to the right and is finally grabbed by Stafford Moser at the Michigan 49-yard line. I'll tell you what, David Arnold and Veda Murray both had chances to cut in there, but I think the instructions were, Jim, set up the return. Bowles with 33 carries. It was the 5th most in Michigan history. Today he's already had 23 carries, and he's in there right now. It's the option look, but the handoff goes to the fullback Horde. He is hit by the Here's the eye again with Kolazar split left and McMurtry right in the handoff. Bowles going to the right. He is hit as he got to the 45 by the noseman Terry Smith.
Plus beepers, fax equipment, demonstration, and lease-to-own models. All backed by Ann Arbor Cellular's outstanding service specialists. Ann Arbor Cellular is an authorized Cellular One agent. Cellular One.
And A.J. Green drops deep for Mike Gillette's punt. Here's the snap. No pressure. Gillette kicks it away. Hangs it high and deep toward the near sideline again. This hits at the 2, makes a left turn, and goes out of bounds inside the 5 again. Mike Gillette, for the second straight time, has hit the coffin corner, this time with a kick that is good for 47 yards to the 2-yard line. 5:24 left in the third. Michigan still up 14-3. Wake Forest starts at its own 2. I formation. Johnson and Young behind quarterback Elkins. And it's the option looking to toss back in the end zone. Fumble picked up by Young, and he's going to be run out of the end zone for a safety by David Arnold. So Wake Forest runs a very dangerous play back from its own 2-yard line, the option, and Mike Elkins pitched back to his halfback. Mark Young was a bad one. Young finally went back in the end zone, picked it up, and I think he did a smart thing, Jim, by running out of the end zone with it rather than risking a further fumble and a possible Michigan touchdown.
Yeah, it was a smart play. He knew at that point it was to stop the bleeding, so he just took the ball once it bounced back into his hands and got up out of the end zone, take the 2 points, now kick the ball away. So far, the defense in the second half for Wake Forest done a good job.
It's on the Michigan Football Network.
Live after home games here on WPZA and WPAG-FM.
Well, Michigan's David Arnold will get credit for the safety, Jim, but you've really got to credit it to Mike Gillette for that great punt that pinned the Demon Deacons back on their 2.
2 in a row, he's got him inside the 5, and I'll tell you, that's a great weapon.
Martin Bailey punts it away on the free kick. Kolazar drops deep, grabs it back on his 17 and heads upfield with running room. 20, 25 to the middle of the field to the 35 and up to the 40 before he's met by a couple of Wake Forest players and hauled down, and they were led by the linebacker Jerome Rice, having 2:66 at halftime. Callaway in motion right, McMurtry split left. Handoff straight up the middle. The fullback, Leroy Horde, all the way up to the 45 for a pickup of 5. Good 5 to go here in the third quarter. Wolverines on their own 45, lead 16-3, and the handoff Bowles going around the left, cuts upfield to a seam. 50, breaks one tackle, and then is spun to the ground by Tony Mosley at the Wake Forest 44. Now there he is again. Doesn't seem to be moving those legs very quickly, and before you know it, he's got 11 yards and is breaking a tackle.
Well,
tight end Jeff Brown on the right. They run that way with Bowles. He goes outside, a block from Leroy Horde. 3 Michigan on top.
in the formation again. Look for the sweep to the wide side.
That's the right in this formation with the 3 big offensive linemen that way. And here comes Bowles behind Horde. He gets some blocking. Hussar with a good one downfield, and Bowles inside the 30 to the 28-yard line. 14 more yards. Another first down for Michigan. Left side, the wide side of the field. And here they come with Bowles again. He breaks a tackle at the line. Cuts down to the 25 and then is tackled well by Dwayne Brown, the free safety. Should have looked up front for Michigan. In motion right, Callaway. McMurtry split left. Handoff Horde coming up the middle, and he makes a bad decision trying to go outside of Skrepenik, and he's hauled down right around the line of scrimmage by Mike Hooten and by Rodney Hogue.
Well, the bad decision was going outside. He should have cut that ball back up the inside.
A long 2 for Michigan. Taylor drops to throw from the Wake Forest 21. Fires into traffic. Caught at the 10-yard line by the tight end, Jeff Brown. Hit by David Braxton. Spun down at the 9. First down, goal to go for Michigan.
Well, it's a very simple pattern against the zone. That time, Jeff Brown goes out straight down the field.
6 out of 10 for 91 yards. A very efficient performance this afternoon by Michigan's quarterback once again. Taylor, I don't want to jinx him, but he has not thrown an interception this year. Michigan on the right hash mark. They hand the ball to Bowles. Trying to pick his way on the left, runs into Kelly Vaughn at the line of scrimmage. Goes down. He might have gotten a yard. Jeff Brown on the right. Wishbone formation. Bowles, Horde, and Tracy Williams. Option look. Taylor running to his left. Eludes one man. Cuts upfield and gets down to the 4-yard line. Before he's hauled down by A.J. Green.
Saw 2 people outside, so he turned it up inside and got what he could out of the play.
Michigan taking its time in the huddle. Only a couple of seconds left in the third quarter, and that'll be the end of the third period. Our score, Michigan 16, Wake Forest 3. Now let's pause for these words on the Michigan Football Network. Wishbone with 2 tight ends. The ball on the left hash mark. And they hand the ball to Bowles out of the wishbone. He cuts to his left, and he is stopped at the 2-yard line.
No, I think he's going to send Horn into the game. They're going to stand. No, yep. He's going with Gillette.
Dave Weil comes out. Ken Solom comes out. Mike Gillette comes out on the field. 3 downs. Michigan got that safety. Had 5 first downs. Got to make it 19-3 with a 19-yard field goal from the left hash. The kick on its way, and it is good. Mike Gillette increases Michigan's lead to 16 points. 54 seconds into the final period with that 19-yard field goal. Michigan 19, Wake Forest 3. Let's pause now for these words on the Michigan Football Network all-time list. Here's Gillette to kick it off. He hangs it high, a little short. Ricky Prohl races over near side, grabs it on the 7. Upfield he comes. He runs away from the wedge. Over the 20, he slips as he tries to make a cut to his left and goes down on the 23. Split to the right, Brown to the left. Elkins straight back to throw. Looking down the middle, throws it too high for Jarvis. He's tight end, but he goes up and makes a great catch. Wellborn knocks him down, but Jarvis holds the ball at midfield for a 27-yard gain. They line up at midfield in the I formation. Prohl in motion from that wingback spot. It's an option. Prohl behind Elkins. He can't toss it, though, because Brett White is all over him and hauls him down for a 2-yard loss. And Abrams was covering the pitch. Wake Forest 48. Brown split left, Prohl to the right. The backs are Young and Johnson. They're in the pro set. Elkins straight back to throw. Pumps once, delivers left side, and Young was hearing footsteps and let it get through his hands incomplete. David Key was the one thundering down on him. Then Steve Brown wide to the right. In the slot that way is the wingback Ricky Prohl. They're on the left hash. Back goes Elkins. Got time, and now he's hit as he throws, and it's caught on the right side by Tony Rogers, and he is just tripped up by Mark Spencer, the linebacker who had just checked in inside the Michigan 40-yard line. 39. Here's Elkins rolling left, the wide side of the field, firing on the run, and it is caught in the slot out there. David Arnold all over the receiver on the play, and the receiver's a new one in the ball game to us. That is Jenkins.
Well, again, you know, the pressure on Elkins is not coming from up the middle. That time they rolled him out a little bit, gave him a little time, and he threw the same direction as he rolled.
On less than a yard to go from just inside the 30-yard line. Inches to go, really. Backs in a power left, the handoff. Brian Johnson up the middle. J.J. Grant wrestles him down, but Johnson carries him all the way to the 24 for Deacons to drive into Michigan territory. Backs in a power left. Elkins straight back to throw. Here comes the rush from Marshall, and the throw down the middle behind the tight end. Jarvis off his hands, incomplete. Alex Marshall on the right side. Abrams, the linebacker, on the left. Elkins back and a run it on a quarterback draw. Gets it down to about the 21. 19-3, Michigan leads it. And here's Elkins back to throw. He's getting some late heat. Fires on a slant pattern down at the 10, incomplete. As he led Ricky Prohl a little too much. Pretty good coverage by David Arnold.
Something to his players. It says that we got a chance to win this game, and we're going to give it a shot.
Brown split to the right. Prohl to the left on 4th and 8 at the Michigan 22. And Elkins straight back to throw. 4-man rush. Got time. Down the middle to Jarvis. He has it, but he is wrapped up short of a first down by Grant and Milligan. And Michigan will take over the ball on downs at its own 17-yard line. Forward in the eye from the 17. Bowles gets the handoff. Knifes his way upfield behind Dingman. Out over the 20 to the 21. Chris Smith made the stop along with Mike Hooten. That ties Tom Harmon for 12th place. Back in 1939, Tom Harmon ran for 202 yards against Pennsylvania.
Hall of Fame Bowl.
Against Alabama, 234 yards. Jamie did it twice in his career. Here's a fake to Bowles, and back goes Taylor to throw. He's firing deep. Near sideline, Kolazar breaking open, the ball overthrown behind A.J. Green, incomplete. Brown, the tight end. Back to throw Taylor, looking left. He fires, and McMurtry is tackled before the ball arrives by Tony Mosley, and a flag is thrown. That's interference. First down up at the 25. Handoff straight up the middle. Leroy Horde breaking one tackle, leaping over a man to the 30, to the 33, the 34, where Warren Beelan, the linebacker, made the stop. A gain of 9 yards. Left in the game. Second down, 1 to go at the 34. Michigan in its own territory, leading 19-3. Handoff. Bowles coming right. Got a seam up to the 40. Puts his shoulder down up to the 45 and 6-yard line before Dwayne Brown, the safety, made the tackle. 14 yards. He passed Gordy Bell and Jamie Morris. This time the handoff to Leroy Horde on first down at the 46. He juggled the football in midfield up in the air, and it looked like Wake Forest took it away, and they did. The Demon Deacons get it back as Leroy Horde juggled the football into midair. And it looked like Tony Mosley or Brad Benson came up with it. Mosley, the cornerback, has the ball, and the Demon Deacons get it back with 8:27 left in Michigan on top, 19-3.
Or you won't be running it very often.
Well, Wake Forest takes over at the Michigan 49. Elkins off a fake to Rogers, back to throw, firing. He's got a man open inside the 35-yard line. That's Steve Brown. He keeps his balance and fights down to the 30. Demon Deacons at the 30. Backs in the eye. In motion right now goes Corey Donald, and they run the ball that way, tossing to Rogers, the tailback, and he's going to be spun down at the 29-yard line. Wake Forest comes to the line. Split Donald to the left. Brown to the right. Ball on the right hash mark. I formation, and Elkins straight back to throw. Setting up, fires off the hands of his fullback, Johnson, incomplete. Forest, for one of the few times today, has 3 wideouts, and now Brown leaves the game. They've only got 2. Donald to the right, Prohl to the left. 3rd and 9 on the Michigan 29. Elkins back to throw. Setting up, rifling right sideline, and it's picked off by the Wolverines. Mark Spencer went up in the air, grabbed it on the 25, and ran it back out to the 29, where he's hauled down by the wide receiver, Corey Donald. Big play for the sophomore out of Birmingham Seaholm. Mark Spencer with the interception to stop that scoring drive. They got Bowles and Horn in the backfield. Horde out after fumbling the last time. Handoff. Bowles coming right, and he's going to be chased down from behind and stopped by Mike Smith, the nose man. Horn at fullback in front of Bowles in the eye. 2nd down and 10. Taylor fakes to Bowles, back to throw, running the draw, hit by Marvin Mitchell, and then as he got back to the line of scrimmage, he's drilled by Mike Hooten. 5.5 to play. 3 wideouts in now. Colazar and Callaway right, McMurtry left. Blitz coming. Taylor bobbles the football. He tried to pump fake, and the ball fell out of his hand, and he dives on it. Back on the 24 with 5:20 left in the game. 4th down coming up. Led averaging 48 yards on 4 punts today to kick it away to A.J. Green. The rush is on. He shanks it off the side of his foot out near midfield. It bounces high in the air and will be down by Michigan at its own 49-yard line, and the man who finally got there is Lance Doughton. Down split to the left, roll to the right. Mike Elkins, the quarterback, straight back to throw, standing in, got time, fires short under the coverage, caught by the halfback Mark Young. He heads upfield from the 45 to the 41. Spencer makes the tackle with Abrams. Corey Donald, and it's a draw play, and the handoff to the fullback Johnson. He's stuffed in the backfield by Messner for a loss of a yard. From Michigan Football Network. For Wake Forest on the Michigan 43. Elkins backfires near side at the 40. It is caught, and that is going to be a 1st down at the 39-yard line on the throw to Mark Young, the tailback.
So they can force Michigan to a pressure situation and then maybe force a mistake.
Wake Forest splitting both wideouts to the right this time with 3:15 left in the game, and they run the ball. Tony Rogers coming off the right. Messner hits him, loses him. Spencer wraps him up down at the 31. Brent White up front. And back to throw Elkins. Looking at 5 defensive backs. Swings it out left side. It is caught at the 26. And the receiver, the tight end, left in the football game. The clock running. Michigan 19. Wake Forest 3. Back to throw Elkins with a 1st down from the 26. Getting some pressure. Now pumps once. Now he's going to run. Gets away from Teeter up the left side. 25. Dives down inside the 20. With Abrams closing on him, and he's going to be marked officially down on the 17, a gain of 9. 2nd and 1, and the handoff goes to Mark Young, and he comes off the right side and is wrapped up and hauled down by Eric Anderson. At the 17, he's short of a 1st down with Michigan 19, Wake Forest 3. Let's pause for these words on the Michigan Football Network. Mike Elkins splits both wideouts to the left. Brown wide, Prohl in the slot. Backs in the eye, handoff Tony Rogers right up the middle. They hit him in the middle of the line. I don't know. We'll see where they spot the football. It's going to be close to a 1st down out of the defensive huddle. They're set now. Elkins splitting 4 receivers wide, rolling out to his right. He fires on the run, caught down inside the 10-yard line. And inside the 5 goes the receiver, Ricky Prohl, to the 3, where he is wrestled to the ground. They've got 2 timeouts left. They split only 1 man wide. That's Donald. He's in motion. The toss to Rogers, running to his right. Hit at the line, but breaks a tackle and gets down to the 1. Wellborn made the stop with 33 seconds left. And Wake Forest calls timeout. 19-3 Michigan. Hold on, she ain't over yet. Let's pause for these words on the Michigan Football Network. Formation behind Mike Elkins, bringing Prohl in motion. Going to run option, hands over the top to his tailback, Tony Rogers. Touchdown, Wake Forest. Tony Rogers gets in, and it's 19-9 with 27 seconds left. Wide to the right goes Prohl in the slot, and Corey Donald wide. The backs power left. Johnson and Rogers, who's in motion right. And there goes Elkins rolling right to throw. Flips it in the end zone over the head of Rogers. No good. Great defensive effort by Wellborn, leaping in front of him, distracting his attention. And the try for two fails with 27 seconds left. And Michigan fans can now breathe easy with a 19-9 lead. Worked for Miami last week. Michigan getting a lot of practice at this. I'm sure Bo had him practicing last week. Here's Miller's kick. It bounces in the air, and it's grabbed by McMurtry at the 47-yard line. And Michigan gets it with 26 seconds left. This time, there was no mistake. 33 carries, the 8th best rushing day in Michigan history. And Taylor goes down on a knee. Crowd booing, but Bo just wants the win now. There's no sense even it up with under 30 seconds to go in the ball game.
Local news at the top of the hour on AM 1050 WPZA.
Well, the Wake Forest team just sort of called off its timeout, and Taylor did not even take another snap. And the ball game ends here at Michigan Stadium. The Wolverines not playing very well offensively in the second half, but nevertheless holding on for a 19-9 victory. Let's go down to Warren Pierce.
For over 214 yards, one of the best rushing days in the history of Michigan.
Yes, we had a good day today. Our offensive line did very well today. We was expecting to get our 200 yards, so we came through very good.
Seemed to be a new wrinkle in the offense, though, moving one of the tackles over to the strong side. Did that make a difference?
Not really. We just kind of finding a little weakness in the spot at this time. We try to get a little more quickness and a little more bulk, so it came out to be good for us.
Was there a little letdown at the beginning of the game because of Notre Dame and Miami the past 2 weeks?
No, it wasn't no letdown at all. We just had a little mistakes. We had to just build on it. And so far, we just keep this attitude. We'll be a good team.
And in the second half, the pass was almost non-existent. Was that the plan at halftime to change it?
No, we just came out playing our offensive game, trying to spread the defense around. You know, we just ran the ball, and it was there.
Congratulations. Good luck next week against Wisconsin.
All right, thank you.
Star of this ball game for Michigan, 214 yards in 33 carries. 33 carries for the second consecutive week for the star running back out of Westland, John Glenn. Tony Bowles with a great afternoon today, scoring both Michigan touchdowns as well on runs of 29 and 14 yards in the second quarter. Our final score again, Michigan 19, Wake Forest 9. We'll pause now for these words on the Michigan Football Network.